we ever get the politicians that we deserve? Or rather, will we ever get the politicians that we want? It's a great question. It's one that's difficult to answer. I mean, a lot of folks would say, including myself, you get the politicians that, you know, you get the politicians you deserve, just like you get the politics you deserve. I thought about this, and I call total bullshit on that, honestly. That would be true if Congress and the Senate and politics in general weren't so skewed towards supporting the wealthy while completely ostracizing the rest of us. The majority, the 99% of people who are the working class, who make this fucking country run, who get things done. The people who get up and actually go to work, not the ones who sit behind a fucking, a podium or spend half of their time in office trying to raise funds so they can get reelected. And I think a majority of people are fed up with politics and fed up with the system that's put in place. I don't believe that we deserve the bullshit that we have, because I think that it's a side effect of allowing too many people to abuse their power over so many years, centuries rather. And the fact that just now I feel like humans are waking up for the first time, and this is going to cause quite a bit of conflict and quite a bit of confusion. And this conflict needs resolution. And let me tell you, I'm not a politician, obviously. I'm just a guy who does my own thing and gets stuck in traffic for an hour and 15 minutes to get home from work, right? So I'm sitting on the freeway right now in an hour and 15 minute fucking traffic to get home from work. And I'm just letting it roll off my back because it's what you do. It's what you gotta do. And believe me, traffic is my nemesis. I don't ever get frustrated unless traffic is on the menu. And I'm gonna just kind of slip in here somehow. We're up by the airport. I've been on the road for about 50 minutes and I got about another 20 minutes to go. So I thought I would make a quick video and just talk about my thoughts on politics. Great thing to do while you're driving, right? Well, anyway, I see you. I see all of you. I see the world as it is. And I know that most people, all people, have a good soul and mean well. It's just when we get wrapped up in our own bullshit and programs that we start to doubt ourselves, and we start to doubt the value of our politics, the value of our jobs, and then the value of life itself, which brings people to such a state of confusion and despair that they're willing to actually take their own existence and remove it from the plate because they're so upset about something that happened to them. And, self-deletion, if you will. It's just absurd. Life to me it's a fucking beautiful thing. It is amazing to exist on this planet, and to look at it any other way, I think, is harmful to the individual and society. To look at life as a burden, or to look at life as something that should be lived in order to get ahead of everyone else, not understanding the community aspect, not understanding that people they want to share. They want to share with others that are like-minded, and if we can't find people that are like-minded, then we will do everything to seek out a group that we can feel like we can fit into, feel like we can relate to. And this is how we get into these divisive political, groups, which, to be honest, I understand the perspectives from all sides of politics. When somebody tells me that they're a liberal and they feel a certain way, I ask and analyze and want to know why they feel the way they feel. When a conservative tells me that they feel a certain way, I do the exact same thing. I have friends on both sides of the fence, and even though politics seem very mundane, as if something that shouldn't even be really relevant to a discussion about people in general, I mean, it's who we are. It's how we navigate this world. We let other people make decisions for us, and we pay them to do so. But we don't pay them enough, so they spend all their time raising funds. Ah, boy, what a world, right? Well, shit. The only way that we can live a comfortable and functional life is to let go. Letting go is one of the hardest things for people. And when I say let go, what I mean is let go of your assumptions about how life should be and how people should act. I've never seen a time in history where people, at least in my lifetime, where people were so divided. And I realized that people could bring up many different things that have happened through history with racism, sexism, everything else. It's not as if the entirety of society was ever racist. It's not as if the entirety of society was ever sexist. It's just that a small group of people make everybody look like assholes. And therefore we think that we were ignorant in the past. But we weren't. Our ancestors knew these things. Any man who married a woman, even 100 years ago, understood that that woman was different than him, and that they were going to have different things to contribute, different values, and different interests in this world. And to assume that right now in the year 2024, all of a sudden we're coming to terms with all of these things is just ludicrous to me. This is why people are so opposed to this idea of the woke culture, which I hate that fucking word. It got twisted up. It originally was a word from the 70s, from black culture, but I'm not going to go into that. The words don't matter. The words never summarize the full aspect of the world we're living in. And words are very limited in how they convey messages. I want to see a world for my kids where people are respected and people are cared about and people give a shit about the planet they live on and the people they stay with and the communities that they have. But I'm not a fool. I realize that they're always going to endure conflict. In other words, do I believe in a utopia? Absolutely fucking not. There's no such thing as a utopia, because anything that could be considered a utopia is really just trouble waiting in the wings. We haven't seen the problems yet, and they will manifest. It's not something you should try to escape. It's not something that is a burden. It's just life. I mean, I guess it's a burden, but it's life. It's what we have to deal with. All the shit that comes our way. And we do so with gusto, as much as possible. We try to endure all the bullshit that we're pushed through. So I, for one, I would rather spend my life embracing culture and people and interests and just looking at things for what they are. Celebrate differences. Hey, you're black and I'm white. That's awesome. You're a woman and I'm a man. That's awesome. I don't feel like I have to, obscure these facts. It's just, we live in a weird world and we're all trying to get along. Just made it off the exit and I'm about 5 minutes from home now, so shouldn't be long now. Don't hit your brakes, you fucking moron. Yeah, that's the way it goes on the road, right? out. I wish you all the best, and I hope you're all having a fantastic